Last week when Sai Ganesh was standing where I'm standing speaking, Sai Ganesh, since many of us who are not born in India have Indian names, Sai Ganesh was genuinely raised in India and brings to the conversation many interesting aspects of the teaching because he was raised in it. And I'm probably going to garble this, so I'm going to just tell you what I took away from what he said. But he talked about this image that is a common way of trying to express it, where you have the goddess within you, and the goddess is hungry, and you're always feeding the goddess. I think he drew a different conclusion, but this is how I walked away from that. Because the subtlety that's so hard to grasp is that we are not separate from the divine, and that the whole divine call is actually coming from within us. We think it's that God's over there and that we have to go to it, because there's this gap in this is the light shineth in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. You are one with the divine. Oh, no, not really, you say. Really, I mean, look at me after all. It's just unlikely. But then they just keep saying it to us over and over, because that darkness is all of these other things that we define ourselves by. But we have to find out from our own experience. Nobody ever learns just by being told. If you're ready to learn it and someone says it to you, you will then, those words will trigger it in you. But those same words can be spoken to many people, and only those who are ready to perceive the light. Otherwise, the darkness will just refuse to perceive the light. So I loved this image. I'm holding my belly like it's actually true. Like Divine Mother is inside of me, and she's hungry. And what she's really hungry for is she's hungry for our realization. Every mother wants her child to be successful and happy. And it's a very delicate dance, because often the child's idea of what successful and happy is quite different than what the parent's idea of successful and happy is. In my own parents' family, not one of their three children ever gave them any bragging rights at all. We all just went like that, and there was nothing much they could say until my father, who was always very good at putting a positive spin on things, he said, well, each of my children has done exactly what they felt to do, and they're very happy doing it. Which is actually massive bragging rights if you really want to think about it. Okay, but every mother, which is the symbol of compassionate, selfless love, that's what mother represents, absolute, unconditional self-sacrifice. Every mother wants eternal life, victory, and bliss for their children. Of course they do. So the mother lives inside of us, and she compels us. And she compels us either to seek God or to seek those experiences that will help us to realize that all we want is God. That's our karma. She's hungry. And so we feed her. We feed her ambition. We feed her longing for love. We feed her laziness. We feed her the desire to be rescued. All of those things. We feed her the desire to be compassionate and to be helpful, to be noble, to be good. And she's always hungry. We're always being compelled forward, either compelled toward the light or away from it. But if we say, I want this, then she becomes hungry for this. She becomes hungry that we go out and have that experience, have that karma, and learn to meet it at the crest. Until finally, that hunger, which is our hunger, that hunger for eternal life, for victory, and for bliss, and all that comes with it, until that hunger is satisfied. And that's when the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness is banished by that light. Inevitable, that's our destiny. If we don't do it now, we're going to have to do it now then. So why not? We had a wonderful satsang with Swamiji once many years ago. He went into a very high state of bliss. This was back in those early years. He looked out at, I'm going like this, but it was actually like this. It was a very small room, 30 of us at the most. He said so sweetly, "You're going to get it right sooner or later," he said. "Why waste a few million years?" So, why waste a few million years, my friends? God bless you.